Come on. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork you will not get anywhere else. Where we teach you not. We teach you not to rise to the occasion, but what we do teach is for you to fall to your level of preparation. According to this, it is June 8th, I believe it is. Yeah, June 8th, 2025. Another Sunday, Stay High Sunday. Shout out to my good friend Kimberly Blue. We'll be doing our weekly series in about a couple hours from this recording. I want to just kind of give you guys a preview of what we'll be discussing because major news this week. All right, major news this week. We have layoffs from Disney and layoffs from Microsoft. Massive layoffs coming. And the thing about these layoffs, in particular when it comes to my world and a lot of the things I talk about from a sports marketing standpoint, it's significant because if you recall about a year and a half ago, maybe I think about a year ago, somewhere around that time, there were massive layoffs with ESPN, and ESPN is owned by Disney. So here we go again, Bob Iger back in the news for layoffs and, things going on, things just changing in terms of who they need to keep around, how they need to keep people engaged, what's valuable, what's not valuable, all that kind of stuff. And the thing that the kicker with this is now you're adding Microsoft, which is obviously the big tech firm, and Bill Gates and the whole thing. It's one of those big tech firms that kind of set the stage for the current world that we're living in 2025. So main thing, and one of the things that was reported as you listen to the news reports, you start hearing the reason for these massive layoffs. And the reason for these massive layoffs is because now there's AI coming in that's able to do coding, right? There's AI coming in that's able to take over the jobs that a lot of these tech people have, that's moving in a direction where, hey, I can save some money by doing things AI-wise and get pretty much the same result if I teach it the right way. So I don't need just certain folks doing certain things. I don't need certain folks who, have this particular skill or, was raised with this, went to school to develop this particular skill. That skill is no longer a big deal for me now because I can get my AI-generated stuff to do a lot of those skills, and I could save me some money on the back end. And that is what we got to take away from this. Listen, companies grow, companies fail, companies come up, they come down, money comes, money goes, right? That's the way the business works. And, in the working world, it's just the way it is, all right? But what you got to pay attention to when it comes to these layoffs, these massive layoffs, when we're talking about big firms like Disney and tech, again, Disney, who, again, this is a pattern now. This is something that we've been seeing for over a period of a couple of years at this point. But then you throw Microsoft in there when the report said, hey, there are AI-generated things that could do our coding, right? That was big business at one point, doing the coding and making sure certain websites are together. There's AI-generated things that can do graphic design. I myself use that myself. There's AI-generated things that can do the tech work that make things running smoothly on Wi-Fi and all that. When you hear terms like that, there used to be big business, that used to be things that people go to school for, and now AI is being able to take over that part of the business and that part of the structure in these major companies. Now it's time to hit the panic button. Now it's grind season. Now it's time to really make sure as an owner, particularly the business owners that are tuning into me now, make sure you are developing, number one, you're developing your skills and you're developing the things that you need to be developing to make it so profit is coming in and you're making a profit, making sure the money's coming in and doing that part of it. But also when it comes to who you hire, who you bring in, who you actually pay, who you give a salary to and give responsibilities to, now the question now has to become, okay, are these people, excuse me, are these people developing skills, and am I coaching them up? Am I setting a precedent and setting a professional development aspect to my firm that is making it so these people are constantly, continuously improving, so I don't have the issue of massive layoffs? And, to avoid massive layoffs, one of the things you can do is hire less people and train the right folks that have the right mentality and the right energy towards what it is they're trying to do. Train the right people, and then you could avoid the massive layoffs. All right, and I'll close you out with this concept. Best way to win is to avoid ways to lose. All right. One of the best ways to win is avoiding ways of losing. And that's what we're going to talk about later on today. So make sure you like, comment, and share. Subscribe to this channel. Going places. It's going places. It's going places. So trust and believe. All right. All that being said, main website to check out to dive deeper into all my work. It's makeyourmove.com. That's MakeYamove.com. one-stop shop for your teamwork and your self-development needs as one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker. Check it out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.